Hey all, Bishoy Tadros, author of Break Barriers here, and I'm here to help you channel the mindset to overcome any of life's obstacles, personal, professional, on the playing field. I want you to walk away from all my videos thinking, if he can do it, so can I. And I promise you that you can overcome it all. If there's one thing that life has taught me, it's that barriers are meant to be broken. If you've watched the last couple of videos, you've heard me continue to make this admission, and I'll make it again. There's nothing special here. I'm not any more gifted than my peers, whether it was academically, in my career, on the playing field. I wrote Break Barriers with no literary background or experience as an author. And as I continue to build this YouTube channel, one thing that you should know is that there is no instruction manual. There's simply just a drive and a passion to deliver a message of hope and guidance to help those who are looking to overcome their own obstacles. Today I'm going to tell you why I think it's important that I repeat this admission, and I'm going to hone in on the concept of embracing the comeback. Now, if you've read Break Barriers, and if you're familiar with the story, you know that it's highlighted with a childhood battle with leukemia, assimilation, fitting in as a young immigrant child. You can understand my appreciation for a good comeback. No matter what you've been through or where you're starting from, there's room to go up. And you can ask the best and brightest in various fields, and most of them will likely tell you that they're never done learning. Ultimately, it doesn't matter where you see yourself on the curve because there will always be work that needs to get done. All right, Bishoy, everybody loves a good comeback story, but practically speaking, what steps can you take to be better today than you were yesterday? First and foremost, we must learn to forgive ourselves. We're allowed to struggle, to fail, to miss our shots. In my opinion, the primary factor holding us back from redemption is ourselves. How many times have we considered giving up on a job search after a botched interview, or thought about quitting a sport after getting cut, or even promising ourselves to stay single after a failed attempt to connect with somebody? The universe will give you what you attract, and if your vibrations lack hope and your mind is expecting failure, then undoubtedly that's what you're going to get. You control your mindset, and sure, it can be shaped by your community as we discussed, but you're in control of what you tell yourself, and more specifically, you are in charge of forgiving yourself. Look in the mirror and smile, because even if you don't consider yourself to be the best at something, you're refining an energy of growth every day that you show up. You're worthy of more chances, and you need to believe that so that the universe can give them to you. When I think about forgiving oneself, I think about finished pieces. For example, I want you to think about the process of writing a book. I can tell you firsthand that you don't just sit down day after day typing away, run a spell check, and boom, you're published. No, you likely write, then erase, write, then erase. You probably have notes on your laptop, your phone, your post-it notes, and you spend time bringing them together. You spend countless hours analyzing and making sure your thoughts came out the way you want them. You question if your work is even worth reading, if it provides value, or if it has substance. A finished piece is a portrayal of self-forgiveness. I want you to think about that and apply that to your own undertakings. Whether it's a long career or a commitment to a craft, you want to reflect on it and accept that you made mistakes along the way, but boy, were those lessons worth it. All right, aside from forgiving yourself, what else do you need to do in order to embrace the comeback? You need to fall in love with the process. And what do I mean? I mean, you need to teach yourself and instill habits that make the process of improvement a process that you love. We all want to be better at different things, and we know that at times there's blood, sweat, and tears along the path. You need to create habits that celebrate those elements of pain. By doing so, you're cultivating an outlook that equates reward with pain. All right, that sounds good, Bishoy, but again, practically, how can that be done? Take, for instance, a goal of getting more fit. Everyone can agree that a goal to get more fit will involve time, probably some soreness and pain, and perhaps even some frustration along the way. Set low benchmarks to start. For example, set a goal of 10 straight push-ups. And here's the secret. Write it down and put it on a note and stick it on your fridge or on your mirror, somewhere that you go every day. The following week, up your benchmark to 12 and cross out the 10 and turn it into a 12. Before you know it, you'll be knocking out more push-ups than ever, and you'll fall in love with the act of crossing out your last goal. You'll be proud of explaining to someone why there's a bunch of crossed out numbers on your fridge, and you'll have evidence to prove that you are capable of improvement and growth. There are multiple ways that you can attract the process through your habits, and just like any form of attraction, there are ups and downs and days when you may not want to get up. But as long as you slowly build a solid foundation, those goals, like those notes in your fridge, will always be staring at you, and you won't be able to help but move forward because you know at the end of the day there is a reward. In my experience of speaking to various leaders and influencers, one thing is evident. There's no finish line to becoming great at something. It's an ongoing journey until you perish to grow, learn, and eventually leave your mark. Forgive yourself and learn to love the process. You'll fall, but then you'll get back up. You'll be rejected, but that will strengthen you. Use these moments when you rise up and when strength is instilled to smile and embrace the comeback. I hope this video is helpful to you all about building your worthiness of a good comeback. Stay vulnerable and be curious. You deserve it. I'm excited to carry on with you to help you channel the mindset to breaking your barriers.